Thanks for joining us tonight. We're staying with developments in the People's Democratic Party following the recent suspension and counter-suspension of party leaders. Chairman of PDP Governors Forum, Governor Bala Mohammed, says the crisis has been resolved and that the suspended National Working Committee members have been called back. Governor Mohammed spoke to newsmen earlier today at the private departure lounge of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja. The governor of Bauchi State also spoke about the situation in the party at the flag-off of the governorship campaign in Ondo State. He was accompanied by acting national chairman of the PDP, Umar Damagum, and governors of Oyo and Osun states. They asked the people of Ondo to vote for the PDP next month to bring about development in the state.
Please go out word to word, house to house over the next 3 weeks. Win souls for PDP. It shall be well with us.
Opportunity have come to you once again to change the narratives, to change hunger, to chase poverty and insecurity. Abola Ajayi is a well-tested candidate that can deliver dividend of democracy to all of you in Ondo State.
And I want to assure you that this party is one. There is no faction. There is no division. We are together. And you can see we are all here.
Elsewhere, the Rivers State House of Assembly has declared the seats of Pro-Fubara Lawmakers vacant. This latest twist of the political crisis in the South-South state took place at the resumed sitting of the House in Port Harcourt. We have details in this report.
The lawmakers are riding on the backs of the judgment of Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in January and that of the Court of Appeal on the 10th of October 2024. According to them, these judicial interventions are an affirmation of their legitimacy and the leadership of Martin Amewule as Speaker. The lawmakers moved and supported a motion to declare the seats of 4 of their colleagues vacant for absenting themselves from the House for 152 legislative days. The last full sitting, attended by all 31 members, was in October 2023.
As the Speaker is empowered by Section 109(2) of the 1999 Constitution as altered to give effect to Section 109(1) of the Constitution and declare their seats vacant in following satisfactory evidences of their willful absence from meetings to sitting of the House for 96 out of 177 legislative sittings to meetings in the first section and 56 out of the 56 legislative sittings to meeting in the second section of the 10th Assembly.
Their seats are here vacant.
Among those whose seats were declared vacant is Edison Eye. The argument is that Mr. Aye's resignation from the House before his appointment as Chief of Staff to the Governor did not follow due process.
Relying on the provisions of Section 109, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution, and of course Section 109, subsection 1E and F, that the seats of these 4 members have been declared vacant.
They also expressed readiness to receive the 2024 appropriation bill from Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
We are going to allow the governor one more opportunity to present, because he has never presented it. He never presented to anybody in the eyes of the law. It's been declared by the High Court, it's been declared by the Court of Appeal. We don't have a budget. We have said so from the beginning. We are giving the governor another opportunity.
The House of Assembly says the next step would be to write to the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct election to fill the seats which it declared vacant.
And continue this conversation subsequently. Just 1 month after an oil spill along the Ogbobiri crude oil pipeline in southern Niger, a new spill has taken place, troubling local communities due to its harmful effects on the environment and public health. Joseph Kunde has more.
The rapid spread of this latest oil spill in Oboimbiri Creek has drawn activists and journalists back to the site. Raw crude oil continues to leak from the underwater pipeline without control. This makes the second significant spill in the Oboimbiri oil field since Orlando took over from Ajib Oil Company. Residents are worried about the damage to their health and the environment.
Let them come for proper cleanup because it has affected the aquatic life. What we see there, our fish traps are so affected, and yet we go home and survive with those fish because we don't have anything to survive with.
If we drink the water, belly dey pain. And as you see this water, we know they feel use and cook. We dey inside hungry. So I beg, make una come rescue us. Now won't kill us for hungry.
I'm dipping it into the spill now.
Environmental activist Maurice Alagwa is calling for immediate action from the company and the appropriate agencies.
For about a week now, this has continued to spread. So, we need Orlando to swing into action to do proper cleanup of this environment and pay adequate compensation to the people, because from reliable source we have also gathered that it's another equipment failure. We await the JIV report.
Rising flood waters have intensified the situation, making the ongoing oil spills a critical issue for local leaders.
It flows to the Ogiode stream, then to the Apoi Creek, where it flows downstream from that place to this our community, being the first community, and Kokologbene, Bana, Apoi, Ukubie, all these communities are affected by this spill.
Because of the water rise, the crude has also entered farmland. So both the plantain and other things that are there have started dying. Okay? And the bad side of about it is that even if the water is gone, the pollution continues because it seeps into the waterbed.
Attempts to reach the Bayelsa State Commissioner of Environment were unsuccessful, as well as the field officer for Nostra in the state, who also refused to comment. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Oboimbiri.
Let's return to Rivers State, where the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Dr. Peter Mede, joins us again for more updates on the developments in the State House of Assembly. You mentioned earlier that what's playing out with the Amewule-led House of Assembly is a joke. I want to read a part of the court judgment to you that sounds similar to your position. The court did say that the situation in Rivers State House of Assembly is that of an executive dictatorship by the governor and a joke taken too far. So it's the same thing you're saying that the court also talked about, that it's actually a house of comedy. But talk to us about, is there a concern within the State Executive Council that you might be working with a document not backed by law? Does that bother you at all?
I'm not bothered at all because, like I was trying to say, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a law that was made by lawmakers. And if they call themselves lawmakers, are they ready to obey the law that was made before they became members of the House of Assembly? And the law says that once they defect from the party that sponsored your election, automatically you vacate your seat. Are they ready to obey that? If they are ready to obey that, even on moral ground, we will not be in this situation where they will be jumping from one court or the other, turning the court into a supermarket where they go to buy one judgment or the other. Listen, let me tell you, Rivers State, we are past that stage. There is an appropriation law of 2024 that has been signed into law, and no other court in Nigeria can upturn an appropriation that has been turned into law. And the court did not even say that they are members of the House of Assembly. They have long defected from the party that sponsored them, and they have lost their seat. Everything you see they are doing is a fuzzy house of commotion. And that's what they are trying to do, because morally uprightness is what is required. You know, law is there. Morals is there.
All right.
The situation they are throwing Rivers State into, they should have been able to understand that they would have been patriotic enough to allow Rivers State to grow, because it is that Rivers State that belongs to all of us.
I hear you clearly,
this government,
Dr. Mehdi.
Progress. We are preparing for 2025 budget.
Allow me to interrupt you to follow up with the line of questioning because of time. I hear you clearly. I respect your opinion, but it contradicts the position of the Court of Appeal, a judgment that I understand that the Rivers State government is planning to appeal at the Supreme Court. But let's speak regarding to the medium-term expenditure framework approved by the State Executive Council and how you envision this framework will guide the state's budgeting in the next couple of years, given all of these issues that we have been reading on the papers and the impact it would have on the economy of the state itself.
Well, the economy of Rivers State is fast on the very fast lane running, so that we'll be able to deliver value to Rivers people. Like you rightly said, the medium-term expenditure framework for 2025, 2026, and 2027 has been approved by the State Executive Council, and the House of Assembly of Rivers State has also passed it. And as we speak, they have given us go-ahead to prepare the 2025 budget. And you can see, I'm seeing in the office working to see how we can deliver the 2025 budget to Rivers people. And we're looking at a budget that has some key priorities that will be able to address the yearning of Rivers people. We're talking of a budget that has priority in agriculture. We're talking of a budget that has priority in education. We're talking of a budget that has priority in health. So for the agriculture sector, we'll be able to deal with the issue of food security, while we'll be able to deal with out of school and step up the educational program of Rivers people and the standard of Rivers State. And we'll also deal with the health of Rivers people. So the labor force participation rate of Rivers people will be able to step up so that we can be able to solve major issues that is plaguing Rivers State in terms of inflation, in terms of unemployment, and all that. You know, Rivers State is very key for the economy of Nigeria, though it's a sub-economy. But anything that happens to Rivers State affects the national economy, because major source of revenue to Nigeria comes from Rivers State. And in that case, the Rivers economy is very fragile enough, and we will protect everything we will do to make sure that the economy deliver value.
Indeed, Dr. Mehdi.
The medium-term expenditure framework.
Indeed, the expectation is that the welfare of the people will be prioritized in the midst of all of the political turmoil. But that's our time on the news. Dr. Peter Mehdi is Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning in Rivers State. Thank you so much for talking to us tonight.
Well, thank you. I am now a professor. I'm no longer a doctor. Thank you.
Prof. Congratulations. Coming up.